Alright guys, this is the part 2 video of our comprehensive draft. We drafted a pretty busted red-blue deck, but the previous games weren't very lucky for us, and we end up flooding out for the most part. But here you can see it. We do have double Improbable Alliance, double Fairy Vandal, Bone Crusher Giant, and an Opportunistic Dragon and Circara in this deck. It's pretty powerful. Overall, a lot of ways to enable the Draw 2 effect, mostly leaning towards red, but having mostly leaning towards red for the Adamant with the Searing Barrage, double red for Opportunistic Dragon and Circara. While the blue we do need in the early game, red I think is a little bit more important. So hopefully we can get to 7. The previous 2 games with this were our first 2 losses, and they weren't very lucky for the most part since, I mean, I guess this deck is incredibly good, but we were pretty unlucky due to the fact that we got mana screwed in that last game and drew like 10 lands. Our opening hand wasn't the best. In the other game, the opponent did Sundering Stroke us for the victory. So hopefully we can get there. I think this deck deserves a 7 at the very least. Or a 6, but it definitely is a 7-win deck. And should be overperforming. Alright, turn 2 Fairy Vandal isn't bad. We can play the land tapped. And then hopefully we can draw more card draw spells. Also have Scorching Dragonfire for backup. So I think this is a keep. Opponent is on green. Alright, Vantress. And then next turn we can keep up Bone Crusher and also Fairy Vandal. So I think we play the Mountainous, say go. Could just fire at end of turn. Don't necessarily need to draw right away. Could just take 2. I don't mind it. In case he has a pump spell, I could use this end of turn to prevent damage. So I think we take it. Another Garenbreak Squire. Okay. Now this is worth stopping here. Second Fairy Vandal, but no ways to draw cards yet. I think the Bone Crusher is just much more mana efficient. It makes sense. If he pumps this, I might just trade, or I could keep up Scorching Dragonfire. Seems reasonable. He could have the Insatiable Appetite, so I can hold it up next turn, since his attack is a little bit weird at the very least. I guess Carver can trade onto this, and I would want to keep up the Scorching Dragonfire, so I think I'd take it. He has a million Garenbreak Squires, okay. So I do need to maybe stay back. I guess I could exile with the Opportunistic Dragon. But I do want to, yeah, let's just exile here. Don't hate it. And we might as well get into 4. Since we're kind of beating down a little bit quicker. We don't really care about these Garenbreak Squires. Flaxen Intruder, I don't care. This is a 3-3, I don't mind. Not going to block it. Nope. Next turn we can keep up double Fairy Vandal and also, okay, I think we play the land out here. I think we can play out the Weaselback, keep up Scorching Dragonfire, and flash in the Fairy Vandal at the very least. I think I'm fine attacking with both to kind of put him on the clock. He could block here and then use Carver. I guess he's chump blocking. So I think this is fine, and we can say go. Lovestruck Beast, okay. I could pump the Weaselback and trade off. Or I could just take it. I guess the Weaselback might be better since I can pump it twice and get rid of the Carver. I could just take 3 at the very least. And next turn I could just flash in double Fairy Vandal and grow them next turn. I think I can take 3. Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. I can take 3 for now. Then I can make a giant... I can make a bunch of Fairy Vandals end of turn to kind of clock the opponent and put them on a 2-turn clock. And Moonland Scavengers, but I think we'll Sage of the Falls here. I think I might need the Moonlit Scavenger. I don't have any enchantments, so maybe I cut it. Then next turn I can Tome Raider and Scorching Dragonfire, so this actually seems pretty decent. The opponent will have to deal 10 damage to me. I have 3 blockers, so I think this is still good. I think I might chump block with the Weaselback if he attacks. The Wicked Wolf will kill off the 2-3, but it's not going to win him the game. I have 4 in the air. So, yep. Alright, final boss. Hopefully I do get this victory. Otherwise, I'm not going to be very happy. I mean, I guess I made back all my gems, so I might as well be happy. Sometimes you don't get the full victory, and it's better to just settle for a little bit less. So, Runaway Together, Thrill can go here. Charm Sleep can go here. We can capture this, hit done, and just one more victory. Let's keep playing. Alright, I do have a turn 2 Bloodhaze Wolverine and Thrill. I'm on the draw, not the best opening hand, but I think this is maybe keepable. I could mulligan and go for something a little bit better, but I do have turn 1 Cauldron into Bloodhaze and a Thrill, so I think I'll keep this. And maybe the Thrill can help me dig towards my powerful cards. Don't know if yeah, the opponent still has 7 cards. No mulligan. Okay, Ginger Brute on 1, so he's going to be fairly aggressive here. And I do have my blue mana up now, so pretty happy about that. Maybe this throw can help me dig towards the Improbable Alliance eventually. Take 1, and then I can play the... Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I guess I don't have a removal spell for backup. But I do have a Bloodhaze Wolverine, which can trade off for this Ember of Shieldbreaker. So I think I'll just play it out. Next turn I can play land and then Thrill. Could have Redcap Melee to shoot down my Bloodhaze Wolverine at instant speed. Do I want to trade for a 1-1 Ginger Brew? Not really. Since he has a 2-1 followed up. And he's giving this evasion, so he doesn't want to trade anyways. But I'm happy trading off for this Ember of Shieldbreaker if I have to. Quarter Modder is a good blocker, so I think I'll just play that out, in fact. Could attack first. It's not unreasonable. And if he wants to trade, that's fine. Since I can just untap it with the Quarter Monitor. So got in there for a free 2 damage. Could have a bargain with this Ember of Shieldbreaker, I guess. But the Quarter Monitor is definitely a good blocker. Happy that I placed this in the deck. If he has a bargain, this is going to become a 3-3, and I might want to double block. But for now, I can easily take 1. It's not a big deal. Jousting Dummy, I can still block. Weaselback is fine. So I think the plan here is to thrill. I could do an end step, in fact, to maybe represent something. Yeah, and keep up the pump. I think this is worth it. Don't think I need to thrill now. Just say go. Opponent's on mono red, so he could have some scary Thorbrand coming in. But I have good blockers right now. One damage per turn is not the end of the world. Hopefully I do get my lands eventually to deal with this Raging Red cap. But for now, I think I instant speed this Thrill. Ooh, Opportunistic Dragon. That can get rid of his Ginger Brute. And I can start clocking him. That's not bad. I could get rid of something scarier that he might have. So there's a possibility that I want to stay back. And maybe he could play something like a Circara that I can take care of next turn instead. So I think we just say go. Opponent finally has green mana. He could equip onto this Raging Red cap. But I'm fine blocking the Quarter Monitor at the very least. I guess he's going to make that unblockable. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm blocking the Quarter Monitor. He could use a Pump Trick, but I might as well get it out of the way while I can, since I don't want to take a million damage. And this at least gets rid of the Pump Trick, and I can kill this later. So, still taking one. Opponent could have spicier stuff. Grumgully I can't really deal with, so kind of lost value there by not playing out the Opportunistic Dragon. He could have a Searing Barrage, but now I have Searing Barrage as backup. I might as well use it now to get rid of this Grumgully. Maybe attack for one in the air. I could just maybe take away the Ginger Brute at the very least. Like, he might use a whole turn using removal. Nah, Searing Barrage is fine. I guess I'll use that at instant speed against Grumgully, in case he tries to drop something here. Or tries to do some Pump Trick. Alright, I guess he's fine trading off. This is interesting. I guess he doesn't have any removal, therefore he wouldn't be risking this Grumgully play. Still fine blocking the Raging Red cap. I guess he just wants to get in there for one. And then end step, I can maybe shoot down the Grumgully with the Searing Barrage. Could have Insatiable Appetite, I guess. But he only has 2 cards. I think it's worth firing it here. Yeah, he probably has Insatiable Appetite. That's annoying. I mean, at least it gets rid of Pump Trick, but it doesn't really... But I really need to get rid of this, otherwise he's just going to enhance all of his creatures. Fling, okay, that's not the worst. It is a 1... It's still a 1/2... 1-for-1 at the end of the day, so I think the Opportunistic Dragon can come online now since I got rid of his flyer. Could Tome Raider and play slow still, but I think the Opportunistic Dragon's worth it here. And what do I get rid of? Maybe the Ginger Brute, since I can trade off for the Jousting Dummy anyways. And the Ginger Brute, if it gets enhanced by a Rosary and Halberd, I don't really want that happening. And this Tome Raider can help me trigger off the Improbable Alliance if I top deck it as well. So this is an attack I'm willing to maybe trade my Bloodhaze Wolverine for, since it can't really block this 1/2 profitably, and I don't really want to trade this off for the 2/1. You could have like a bargain, but this is a fine trade. Right, yeah, I guess the Moonlit Scavenger makes sense here. Just play it out. Put another strong body, bounce back the Raging Redcat, makes sense. Yep. And I can get in there with the Quarter Monitor, I guess, and the Opportunistic Dragon, so not bad. Ooh, Bloodhaze, but I think I Tome Raider first. I don't think it really matters much if I play the Bloodhaze because it's not even attacking at the very least. Alright, Improbable Alliance is excellent, so I think we just play that out. And now I can start activating the Improbable Alliance. I think I'm fine attacking with both of these, and then keep the 2 back behind as blockers. This is 8 damage, this is a lot. You could have a pump trick here, but it will result in the trade. Alright, Appetite, he finally pulled the trigger, at least it's gone. And it's not dealing me a ton of damage when he's attacking. Well, that's annoying. I guess I could chump it with the 1/1 flyer, I don't hate it. I think I'll have to preserve my life total, so I think I'll do that. And the Castle Vantress, but I think we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna activate Improbable Alliance first. Could just discard the Wolverine. And I can just constantly keep making chump blockers to hold off the Raging Redcat while I'm getting in the air for 4. Trebuchet can hold off for a single turn, but that's only for a turn. Yeah, let's block with the flyer. Okay, Dragonfire is pretty much lethal here, so game. Alright. Sweet, managed to get to 7-2. Wish it was 7-0 or 7-1 at least. But at least we got there, and I'm pretty happy with this deck overall. It deserves a 7. I would be pretty unhappy if it didn't get 7, especially with all the powerful cards in this deck, the powerful rares and uncommons, obviously. So let's crack a pack. And pack 1, what do we open? Sir Kara will be the obvious first pick. Not a big fan of Mirror Maid. It can be fine if you have like a Improbable Alliance already in your deck, but usually not the artifact creatures and enchantments aren't too powerful in this set. And also it is quite narrow that you need them on the battlefield before you can copy them. And if you do copy them, it's not like they're backbreaking. Unless maybe you have like a Great Henge or like Circle of Loyalty, you might consider having a Mirror Maid in your deck, but it's not very consistent unless you have an artifact or enchantment. While Sakura is just a great curve topper, single color, and a great value engine in the late game. So let's take it. And here, Slaying Fire looks excellent. Gadwick is a bomb, so never mind. 3 mana does come into blue heavily, but it does draw you a bunch of cards, making this very powerful in almost every blue deck. It's still great in like blue-green since you're looking to ramp in that deck. Blue-red since it draws you cards. Blue-black, mono-blue since it helps, again, draw you cards. And then having instant speed blue spells to tap down the opponent's creatures is very powerful. So Gadwick is the first pick. Second would be Slaying Fire. Sage of Fall is only best in red-blue, the deck that we managed to play. It can be fine in other blue decks, but at the end of the day, even in blue-green, you don't really want to play a 2/5 body when you can play a much more stronger curve topper to kind of stabilize and help race against the opponent. But still a fine card. So there you have it. Hopefully Dominaria draft should be back tomorrow, and we can kind of work on ascending our ranks at Platinum Tier 3. So, thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. Take care.